big fan of don't stay in one place for too long.
So would you say that the goal or the aim that you had before going to Costa Rica, when it comes to this, I guess, healing and spiritual change and all that?
Oh, I still got a lot of healing to do.
Yeah, I guess the process, like,
More, sometimes.
right. But do you think it like you accomplished, like that place helped you accomplish what you set out to do at the time?
In a sense, it did, and in another sense, it helped me heal certain things, and then it helped me learn a whole lot more about myself. So in a way, that is helpful.
Okay.
But in another, it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't even know needed healing, first of all, and second of all, that ended up traumatizing me a little bit more.
Okay.
So now there's more healing to do. No, but it was. I think it was really good because, especially when I got into business, I'll say that I'm a bit, or I was naive, and I grew up a little sheltered. So one thing about getting out of where you grew up is that you get to see everybody else's worldview and mindset. So that was a big shift for me because, like, I came in thinking, oh, everybody's great and everybody's nice and everybody's got a good heart and I'm here to like help as much as I can. And then other people surely are like that. And then you find out that not everybody's like that. And there are people that are trying to get you, and there are people like I wasn't expecting a lot of the things that I lived in Costa Rica. I wasn't expecting them to happen. And they mostly happened like in business. So when I opened up the hostel and everything, I thought it was going to be great. I had a little plan of like, because the thing where we were is like, I noticed that a lot of people in the area were sort of coming, kind of like party lifestyle.
Okay.
So they were going there to party, and I really wanted something that was like nice and quiet and tranquil for like people who are coming to, I don't know, be with nature or whatever, and meet other people that are like that. And
Wait, was it like cabins or was it like apartments? Like
it was it was little apartments.
Okay.
Yeah, on a really cute. I'll show you one day. A really cute property. But yeah, that didn't work out. Like, and it didn't last long because like of all the things that were happening, and me realizing that you can't really do business with everybody. You can't trust everybody. For example, one of the things when I was saying that you come in with a good heart thinking that you can help out, and then people sort of end up taking advantage, don't have the same well-meaning,
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
the same well-intentions,
intentions.
Yeah, intentions. I noticed that a lot of businesses there, like when expats would come in and like maybe they'd open a restaurant or something, they would sort of like overwork locals, or they would underpay them or something like that. So one of like the biggest things for me was that I was going to be fair, and I was going to make sure to pay a little bit more and everything, like all of that. And then there would be certain people that were working for me that were they would want to take advantage, or like I would overhear someone be like, oh, she's from Canada, or I don't know why they thought I was from because I'm like from the Middle East or whatever. They thought I was from like oil money or something. And they're like, she has money. And because I learned Spanish while I was there, so I could understand what's going on. I was like, that kind of like messed me up a little bit, because I was like, I'm over here trying to do good, and I'm expecting everybody to be the same. And so that, it opened up my eyes that not everybody's the same. And definitely, I'm proud to say that I'm not as naive as I used to be.
Yeah, I guess, it's something to learn, like anything. And especially even just the fact that, you go into businesses like fresh, like, like for the first time,
exactly.
Like, of course there's gonna be, like, I guess problems or lessons to be learned. Like, that's just part of, the process of eventually being successful, right?
Exactly. No, it's helped. It's helped, because if it wasn't like that, I wouldn't know the things I know today. I wouldn't be who I am today. So really, sometimes drama equals blessing.
Facts. Yeah, for sure.
Transformation.
Yeah. But actually, like, what's the point where because obviously you had, I guess, some kind of, dream with this Airbnb, an apartment, like a vision,
I had a vision,
Yeah,
yeah.
like where did that vision start becoming like I guess complicating or hard or like where? Right at the
Yeah,
beginning or just like it led to it or
it led to it. I
okay.
think at first it was really exciting, and I realized also that because I was a rookie at business, I realized how important marketing is
Right.
because I didn't know about marketing. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna make this place super nice, and I spent like a couple of months just revamping the whole property basically. And I'm like, yeah, and people will come, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as many people that came because
Okay.
I didn't know like the marketing side of things and stuff. And so that sort of took a little while. And issues with the people that I was working with, like who can I trust? The people that I was hiring, maybe the landlord of the property and stuff like that. Like issues with those relationships
Mhm.
made it a lot more complicated as well. And then at the time too, I think just realizing how that area for business isn't exactly the best business model too, because it's very seasonal.
Okay.
So like you got to be careful as to when you open, and because it's only a few months maybe that you'll be getting really high occupancy and stuff
Really?
like
So
that.
so you're like very dependent on the tourists in the season. That's
Yeah, it is a
okay.
very small touristic town, and so I had to. And in that same year, there was a few businesses that closed down because of that.
Mhm.
So I should have probably done better research on what I was getting into. But I was just too excited to start a new
Of
project.
course.
I've learned since then, you know.
Right.
I
Right.
research a whole lot more now, but it was the first time, and it was like really great, and it was good. Like I liked it as I
Mhm.
was doing it. It was exciting, and it was a whole new thing, and but yeah, it did make it more complicated, just the type of people that I was surrounded by that I
Mhm.
realized that maybe I couldn't trust, and it really, really helped to lower my naivety a
So
little
now
bit.
with this mindset, like
Mm.
how would you do it different? Like for example, if someone, for instance, they want to do a similar business model, I don't know, like go to like a nice country and like start renting out, I don't know, cabins or apartments. 'Cause it still seems to be pretty popular, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah, it
among
depends where you go.
amongst people. Yeah, what to look out for, especially I guess in Costa Rica, you know?
Yeah, well, Costa Rica's actually changed quite a bit.
Mhm.
I don't know that I would advise someone to start a business like that there.
Okay, fair enough.
Again, I haven't like done too much research recently on Costa Rica, but I haven't. It's a lovely place. Like it's a beautiful place. Honestly, the jungle and the ocean and everything beautiful.
Mhm.
But when you go there, you just have to do a whole lot of research to where you're going to stay, do market research on that area, how well businesses are doing, what kind of model you're going to want to use, and everything. You also have to keep in mind that Costa Rica has changed quite a bit in the last few years.
In what way?
Like it's gotten a lot more expensive.
Hmm.
So if you're looking at, your overhead, it's going to be more than before. And there may be less tourists, I would think, just because
The
the
expenses.
increases in the
Yeah.
expenses. And it seems like it's gone a little more dangerous. Like I
Mm.
often hear about murders and stuff. And
Okay.
so it's in certain locations more than others, especially like the inner city and certain coast areas.
Mhm.
But you want to do your research. Like
Yeah.
just don't be like me and just
Just
go in
go.
blindly. Like,
Yeah.
go take a risk. Yes, take a
Sure.
risk. Go check it out. But like don't start a business just for starting it. Like do the research. It's just because for me it was like this opportunity that was basically kind of handed to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it, with me thinking I can conquer the world. There is work to do before you start anything, and I think it's always best to do your research, and most important of all, is to partner with people that you can trust. Because I did
Yeah,
not
how do
do
you
that.
know that? Like how see that's like I guess the biggest question
I
in business.
know.
Like how do you know? How do you know who to trust? Right.
You can either bring a partner that you already know that's from not from there, or you establish really good relationships with the people that you meet there, and you get to see what kind of person they are, first of all, how they run their business, how they treat others and their business partners before you even start anything with them, obviously. Me, it was like, oh, okay, I kind of know this person. He seems nice. Yeah, I'll do business with him. That was, I would never do that again.
So this time around, you would visit their business and like question their employees about the experience, or like what was?
I would spend enough time with them to like actually understand who they are as a person too, and what their like level of integrity is, what their work ethic is, you know, especially integrity, transparency, all of that, because yeah, you see them being kind of weird one day or being kind of iffy in some sort of business deal with someone else. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that because it would eventually happen to you, right? So, and also that like you can, if you have friends there, you can ask who they're doing business with, and someone reputable, or if you're in a community where everybody knows. Like that's one thing I really love about Paraguay is like we came here and we came into a community, like the Paraguay Pathways community. Everybody is, you know, entrepreneurs, and everybody sort of knows each other, and like you can trust, and like, you know, because you can hold people accountable for, because you're all in the same community. So like if you do something like that, that makes sense, you know.
And Costa Rica didn't have that,
No,
that kind of like community.
Not where I was. Okay. Not where I was. That's why like my experience here in Paraguay is so different from there, because there like I went on my own basically. I was with my friend for a couple of months, and then I did this whole thing by myself, and it wasn't like this big community of, there was like the expats in that area were basically here there just to sort of escape their traumas, I guess, or escape their past or whatever, just to kind of go there and have a good time and enjoy the beach and whatever. It wasn't like an entrepreneur, spiritual led, whatever kind of community. Obviously, I didn't go to the right place.
Yeah, so it seems like Costa Rica seems to be the destination for escapism for many people in the West, isn't it? Like,
yeah, well, again, not necessarily. Okay. It just so happened that where I was.
Oh, so that like part. Tiny, okay, I understand.
Yeah, it was a very small town. There were people that were doing good work there, and in like neighboring areas and even closer to the city, there were like really great. Nicola, where she was living in that area as well, there's a lot of like nice, very tight-knit communities of like spiritual people, entrepreneur people, like all of that. But where I was, it wasn't the place. It was basically, I was on my own basically. So different experience for sure. It wasn't, again, I didn't have any expectations at the time, so I just kind of rolled with it, but I would do it differently, yeah.
So you would even like research for that, like where are these like groups and communities that you can use to like help your case, I guess, to figure out what to do and how to do things.
Yeah, and like have a plan. Oh, this is hard to say though, because I'm saying have a plan to what you want to do, but also be open to the possibilities you don't know about.
I mean, there's a golden middle way there, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Where you're still flexible, but you have some plan. I guess that's
exactly
a good thing. Yeah.
It's helped me become a lot less rigid. Like you have to be a lot less rigid with yourself. You have to be able to open up to different things, different types of people, and different types of cultures, and different types of opportunities. And, you know, just don't limit yourself, because honestly, what I'm living right now, I never could have imagined like a year ago. So you never know. And even when I went to Costa Rica, I had no clue. Like I remember myself one day being at one of these retreat centers and just like chilling in the water in the sun, and I'm like, remember last year when you were so depressed? This is beautiful. You never know. Like you never know. You just go and experience, you know, but just make sure to keep an eye out for like danger or for people that may not have the best intentions in it. But that's anywhere in the world. That's not like Costa Rica or Paraguay or Canada or whatever. That's anywhere. So, you know, just be smart.
Walk with open eyes, I guess.
Walk with open eyes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like with all this experience, if you would meet yourself that was about to go to Costa Rica, what would you advise yourself on? Because obviously I can understand, you know, this mindset where yes, drama happens, but you learn from it and develop. Exactly. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I kind of needed it, I think.
Yeah, of course. But still, if you could like still have that experience, but advise yourself on maybe making the process more seamless and I guess fluid when it comes to that. You
Yeah.
know, what would you
Oh,
say?
I definitely would be a lot more firm with my boundaries,
Mhm.
personal and business.
And business.
Yeah. I did take on some people that probably I shouldn't have taken on in the business because it was like, oh, this is like my family. And then, you know, I don't charge them or I don't. I think at one point I gave up my apartment for someone just because they didn't have somewhere to go. Like, you have to be very like,
Interesting.
yeah, I know. Well, it was like it was my old apartment. It was one of the apartments that I was renting out. So, you know, like sometimes you do favors for people, but then they turn out to not be the best people. So you're like, oh, like why was I so soft-hearted or whatever? So in that sense, like one, very firm boundaries, personal and business. Two, research before you go. Again, for me, I was going just to see just to start from zero, basically. So there was no plan. It was just me being open to the possibilities. Whatever happens, happens. But if you are going to another country to do something, like you have it in your mind that I want to start a business or whatever, do all the research more research than is needed. Like do extra research, be very, very particular and very exhaustive of the research and talk to people who are there. And yeah, if you have somebody that's already there, it's easier for sure. If you're going by yourself, then go there first, check it out. Don't sell all your things yet. Go there, check it out, make real connections, and then go back and make your plans. But definitely research, marketing, boundaries, all of that.
And if you go there to check out the place, like obviously you're doing research there as well, you know, if you're serious about moving, I guess. But like how long do you think one needs to be able to like map out the possibilities there and actually take the decision of like, do I want to go there or not? Like how long does that take?
Oh, I might not be the best person to ask that because I jump in very quickly.
Fair. Okay.
Because I usually don't have anything to lose.
Right.
That's why I am like a different case.
Yeah.
Both times that I've left Canada has been because I have nothing to lose. I
Right.
know whatever is coming has got to be better than what I had.
Okay.
But if you have a family, if you have a business already, if you have something elsewhere and you're not so sure, yeah, take a whole lot more time. Like it took me a week to a month to decide that, okay, I'm moving there. Like other people should take at least a few months of real
Okay.
digging in. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Don't be me.
Right.
Be me though. Be me if you're young and be me if you're excited about opportunities and adventure.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the clip. The full length of the episode is available right here. So go on, check it out.